This is the diet that got me from 60 kg all the way to 74 kg within 10 months. This was last year, so I don't know every single like ingredient and meals that I was eating, but then I kind of know like the idea behind why I'm eating these things and what I'm actually eating. If you're a skinny guy and you're tired of feeling weak, insecure, low confidence, click the link in the description right now. I'll personally help you achieve your dream aesthetic body, and you won't ever have to worry about meals or whatever is related to building your body, because I've done it. I've made that transformation from being skinny to aesthetic, and I have helped friends as well that wanted to go on this journey. So I'm the guy that you can trust. That's why click the link in the description right now. Just to give you a bit of context of why this might or might not actually work for you. I'm a guy that doesn't want to make gym my whole personality, and I didn't want it to revolve my life around the gym. So with my diet, I kept it very simple yet sustainable. So with that in mind, I actually didn't follow like the conventional bodybuilding diet advice that these fitness influencers were giving. I chose to take my own route and decided to keep it minimalistic with the meals and whatever I'm eating. I went to do research and found out that you don't actually have to be autistic with every grade of rice that you measure the macros and nutrients that you're actually intaking. So I made it easy for myself, and maybe you could try this too. Differentiate clean and differentiate dirty. So every meal that you look at now, I want you to differentiate whether this is considered clean or this is considered dirty. The example that I like to give is, if you, let's say you see a plate of chicken, broccoli and rice, and then you see a plate of McDonald's, fries, burgers, which one is the clean one and which one is the dirty one? So now that you know the answer, I want you to try your best to eat 50% clean at least. And in order to do that, what I did was, when I'm alone, when I'm in school or day-to-day life, right, I will always eat clean. I'll be honest, it's not like the most stimulating thing, and it's not as fun as eating junk, but delay gratification. Choose your future self over your current self. If you eat the junk food right now, future self will feel shit. Few hours later, you'll feel shit. Low energy, you don't have the same amount of zest inside of you. So when you choose to eat clean, you're actually choosing your future self's pleasure over today. And with that, if you were to go out on a night out with your friends or with your girl or with your family, then by all means go and eat whatever you want, and I mean it. But just try to cut down the sugar, because sugar is the worst thing you can do if you're on a bodybuilding fitness journey. It really plateaus your gains. There's no question about it. Sugar is your worst enemy. You want to avoid it as much as possible, even more than like junk food. Just avoid like artificial sweeteners, basically, like even Diet Coke, donuts, cakes, smoothies, bubble tea, whatever that has like added sugar inside, don't take it. Same for like yogurt as well. But if it's like fruits, if it's like natural sugars like fruits, then by all means can still intake that. Just avoid the artificial sweeteners. If you want to eat fried food, unhealthy food when you're outside, then by all means go ahead. Don't restrict yourself. Don't be the one autistic guy that doesn't want to eat with your friends because you're on this diet and you have to stay strict. Go have fun. But when you're alone and when you're in school with your school friends or work colleagues, try to eat clean. And you don't have to artistically research like what is clean and what is dirty, because you yourself know. Like you yourself have this gut intuition. Use that intuition because you are an intelligent young man. Use it to see whether the bowl is actually healthy or not. If let's say you got spaghetti and you got pasta and you got macaroni and then you got chicken breast on top, or maybe you have a steak on top of that, is that healthy? It's relatively healthy, right? Like you're not gonna fall sick or whatever from that diet. You yourself know. And if you see like fried chicken and fries, is that healthy? You know. Don't cope. Don't use like any tracking MyFitnessPal app. You yourself know. You have that gut intuition. And when you want to gain weight, you have to go on a surplus. So how do you actually do that? You eat more meals. That's it. You eat more meals. As a skinny guy, I understand it's not easy to eat a lot. You don't have a good appetite. You're not used to eating so much volume of food. But what you need to know is that it's only gonna feel like that at the start. 1, 2, 3 days in that you're eating like that, your stomach naturally gets adapted to the volume of food that you're eating. So the more you eat, the more you actually like get used to it, and it doesn't feel as stuffy, as bloated as before, which is like awesome, right? You just have to get through like the start. You have to accelerate the start first and give it like a bit of a push at the start in order to actually start, because I understand there's a lot of friction, and every guy that is like you, that is skinny and wants to bulk, they feel the same. Every skinny guy feels the same. They always have this friction and they find it so hard to bulk, because at the start it's so like physically demanding to eat so much. Even like eating is harder than going to the gym itself. Like going to the gym is probably like easier than the diet. Just eat more meals. If let's say you're used to eating 3 meals a day, bump it up to 4, 5 or even 6 meals a day. And I'm not expecting you to eat like 5, 6 meals of like full meals. Maybe you have the 3 regular meals and then just try to eat like bread. Usually I'll just eat a bread like in between the meals because that fills me up and it's actually quite calorie dense. So I actually get my calories in. And the best case scenario is that you eat high protein foods. This is not like a must. You still can gain muscle even though you don't have your protein intake fully. But best case scenario is that you're actually prioritizing your protein and just trying to eat as much meat and eggs and all this protein stuff. You don't really need protein shakes and mass gainers because those things like protein shakes, they are not a good source of protein in my opinion. Like I mean someone can argue against me by all means, but I've done it without the protein shakes. I've used natural like meat, eggs, foods basically, natural foods, and you still can bulk up to a significant amount. Yes, protein might help you, like protein shakes might help you, but they actually have like some, like this is the research that I've done, they have like chemicals inside that don't really make them as healthy as real foods. So if you want to take a protein shake, I would say that you can, but that falls under the dirty category. So when I talk about the 50% clean and dirty, I feel like protein shakes actually fall under the dirty category. This is just my take. I know there's a lot of people that might argue with this and be like, oh, it's just a way to help you get your protein intake in, but for me it falls under the dirty category. You can do your own research about it and try it for yourself. And as for the drinks, same thing, choose water over everything else. Any other drink has like added sugar inside, so every other drink basically falls under the dirty category. If it tastes nice, if it tastes like sweet and gives dopamine because of the taste in your mouth, chances are it's probably like in the dirty category. So choose water over everything else. Of course, if you're having a night out, 50% go have that Coke, go have the orange juice. And if you're taking pre-workout, still continue to take it. Like pre-workout, I mean it's 50-50. I don't know which one to classify it under, like whether it's clean or dirty, but go ahead. Pre-workout is probably just caffeine, so it's not so bad, but it has a little bit of like artificial sweeteners usually. So I'll probably maybe like lean more towards the dirty side, but if you're taking caffeine and you need a pre-workout, go ahead. You can try everything that I've mentioned so far, and I understand if it's confusing, but you can just recap the video if you want. Just go back and then like try to actually hear what I'm saying and try to like imagine yourself doing it. Try it for yourself. That's the best thing. Like you don't learn from you don't like progress from actually just listening. You learn from trying it yourself and seeing the progress that you're making. If you're making the progress that you want, continue doing it, and if you're not, then you can unsubscribe to me and don't ever watch me again. But if it's actually helping you, continue doing it. Like there's no point of you like not continue what you're doing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Do whatever works for you for that period of time. Maybe after a while it stops working, then you might need to like fine-tune something, or you might need to change something up that actually brings you to the next level. That's when you actually start doing the next thing again until you stop somewhere, because maybe you need like a different workout routine or whatever, but usually it's just the intensity that you're going, so keep that in mind. Just remember the rule of thumb is the split. So ideally you want to be honestly aiming for like a 80-20 split. Right now I'm probably aiming for like 90-10 because right now I'm in like kind of in a monk mode. Yeah, it's a little bit cringe, but I'm waking up at 4 a.m. But honestly recently I've went out for like 2 night outs with my friend and my girl, so I didn't stick to my sleep schedule and shit, so now I feel a bit like not so nice. I kind of lose a bit of respect for myself because I said that I was going to go on this monk mode, strict routine. My sleep schedule is actually 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. and for 2 days I haven't been sticking to it. Yesterday I woke up late as well. Can't really respect myself for that. Like I lose a bit of respect for myself. So yeah, as I was saying, right now it's more like a 90-10 split because I really want to like optimize my brain for recording the videos for my business. I try to eat like cleaner foods because junk food and dirty foods basically give me brain fog, including like carbs as well. If I overload on carbs, I get brain fog and I won't be able to work properly. That's why I need my brain for this work. That's why I'm kind of pushing more towards the 90-10 split. But if I was just bulking and I only cared about my fitness journey, I'll probably be at like a 60-40 split if I were to be honest. I still want to enjoy like life, you know. I still want to enjoy the foods and the taste of it. Take the information with you and fine tune it and see how you can make it sustainable in your life. Most important thing is sustainability, right? You don't want to stick to a routine and diet that you can't even follow if it's too time consuming. Sometimes you have to cook a specific food like before your work, before your school, and it's just like too like mentally and physically like draining. It takes up too much mental bandwidth, and I understand like some people, they wanna like meal prep and shit before like the work or school. I find that very hard. Like you have to spend so much time like defrosting the meat, you have to cook the meat, you have to clean the dishes after that. It takes up so much time. Best thing is you have someone else to cook for you, because right now I have my grandmother and my mom as well to actually make foods for me, so I'm very grateful for that. I'm very blessed. But if you don't, then you can try to eat out, try to eat clean foods outside, or you can just order meal prep online. So there's meal prep services online that you can actually use. And to be honest, they're not cheap as well. Some of them is relatively expensive. But if you buy in bulk, I'm pretty sure you will get it cheaper as compared to if you were to buy it one meal at a time. So just to summarize everything, start slow right now. If right now you're full-on degenerate, you only eat shit food, aim for 50-50. Really, I know it's a big jump from eating dirty your whole life to a 50-50 split, but so much growth comes from it. And once you have cravings, intense cravings for sugar or junk food, try to use your willpower to actually resist it. And if let's say it's been some time that you haven't had this taste, go and have it, but know that this is going to sacrifice the body that you want. The more that you indulge in it, the further your body goes. It's basically every time you eat shit food, every time you eat junk food, dirty food, your progress basically if let's say you're going like that towards your body, every time you eat junk food, it goes like that. And then you eat clean food, dirty, sugar, and then maybe you have a rut, eat a few things, next thing you know, you're back at square one. Take this seriously. If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes a sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice for the body, the aesthetic body that you want, the aesthetic body becomes a sacrifice. I understand how you might feel watching this video, because I've been there. I've been a guy that was eating shit food for my whole entire life. Transitioning from that to clean food is actually a huge jump for me. It takes some time. Honestly, it doesn't happen overnight. It will gradually become more clean. So that's why I say start slow with a 50-50 split. And then naturally, it will just go to 60-40, because you realize how dumb the sugar industry, the junk food industry, how dumb they actually are. Food tastes good as well. I'll be honest, food tastes damn good. The dopamine hit that you get from eating sugar and junk, it feels good. But is it worth it to sacrifice the future body that you want just for pleasure, the taste in your mouth right now, and it goes away after 5 seconds? Probably not, because you know it yourself, right? The first bite is always the best, and then the pleasure kind of dies down after that. So you only have the highest pleasure when you're eating the first few bites, which is maximum is 15 seconds. Is those 15 seconds every single day worth your future body? The 10 out of 10 body that will attract the girl that you've been wanting to attract for so long. The 10 out of 10 body that will gain you the confidence that you need to actually take off your shirt in the beach, so that every single girl will look at you and you get validation. It's nice. I'll be honest, fuck these people saying it's so shallow, building a body just to attract girls. I'll hold my hand up and say, yo, yeah, I did it. That was my goal, and I did it. If you have the desire in mind, don't give a shit about what other people say. It shouldn't be in your head that other people are judging you because you have this goal that is so pathetic, haha, you only do it for girls. It's a fundamental fucking need to have love, sex and intimacy in your life. If the body that you have is constraining you from having that, you need to man up and do something about it, because you shouldn't live life like that. You shouldn't live life as a skinny, insecure guy. It's not okay to live like that. I'll be honest, I want to be the nice guy that says oh yeah, it's okay, because that's less competition for me. The dating market is ruthless, and it doesn't give a shit about you. You have to make yourself a valuable person, and you do that by building yourself up, having traits, skills and beliefs that actually serve you instead of sabotaging you, having habits that serve you. You want to build yourself up so that you are capable of attracting the girl that you actually want. You don't want a fat bitch that sits around and eats junk food when watching Netflix, right? When you're at home. You want a girl that is loving, feminine, caring, nurturing towards you. Don't expect that if you're a piece of shit and if you're still addicted to video games, junk food and all this shit, you have to change yourself. You have to change your identity. That's what I want for you. And you need some tough love. You need some masculine tough love, because of the weak people, the weak propaganda that we have these days. I don't want men to feel how I felt back in 2022, and I can go into the details of it, but from the pictures and videos that you have seen in the past, I believe you know how I felt, and I just didn't feel good. I felt nihilistic, I felt hopeless, I didn't have any attraction from girls, I saw myself as a loser, I had no confidence, and right now I feel the best. I delayed gratification for my future self back in 2022 and 2023, and right now, me today is enjoying the benefits of it, because right now today I didn't do anything much other than waking up early and recording this video first thing in the morning. But the body that I have right now, the body that I have right now. I didn't do anything to this for this body. It was my younger self that did it. So that's why I have so much respect and love for myself. When you delay gratification, it will always serve you, and you will always have full respect, full certainty about yourself. And you can't not love yourself when you delay gratification. It cures depression, it cures every mental illness that you know. Because as a man, you should be fully respecting yourself, and that's when other people will start to respect you. If that's what you want, I'll help you go through that transition fast. I know the steps to go from 0 to where I am right now, and I'll do the same for you because I have helped friends and close people around me do the same transition from skinny, weak, insecure, introverted, shy little boy to confident young man that actually pulls girls now. And you do that by building a static body first, and then you can start to level up game and other things. And you do that when you're with me. Click the first link in the description right now. Thanks for watching.